First ghosts, now litterbugs.
A newspaper article written by John Sims. His article tells about villagers being terrorized by a ghostly legend come to life. Mano Tiki Tia. Now he's investigating to see if the ghosts have really come back to haunt the island.
Looks like we've got another mystery on our hands.
And the first thing to do is find Mr. Sims. And I bet he's in that ancient village. That's a perfect place for ghosts.
Oh, who wants to find an old haunted village?
No. Oh, yes, you do.
Like, no way. Besides, those tracks stop at the jungle.
Oh, we can follow them in the jungle.
The story I'm about to tell you is Camp Little Moose's darkest secret. A tale so terrifying, if your parents knew, they'd have never sent you here in the first place. Now, 50 years ago, right here at Little Moose, there was a counselor named Jerry McCready. The meanest counselor in the history of summer camp. If you were late to flag raising, he'd yell at you. If you were afraid of the water, he'd throw you in the lake. If you had candy, he'd eat it. So, one day, the campers decided to play a little prank on old McCready. They put a snake in his day pack, and while Jerry was out hiking, he reached for his trail mix and got a handful of slithering serpent. McCready was so scared, he lost his footing and clean fell off Devil's Drop. Slid all the way down on his face, banging his head on every rock.
What happened to him?
They never found the body, but legend has it the significant head trauma drove him insane. They call him the Woodsman.
It's the Woodsman!
That was great, Daryl. You had him jumping higher than a tick on a trampoline.
All right, everybody.
I guess this is Swamp's End. I don't know where it is, but I'm sure glad we found it.
Well, I'd like to know more about that zombie. This sure looks like the place where you can find out.
Yes, sirree. As strange as it may seem, I've seen the zombie you speak of, and the old witch that brought him to life with her voodoo magic. Huh?
You mean there's a witch living in that swamp, too?
Yep, she showed up about 6 months ago. Me and my partner Zeb went into the swamp to do some frog hunting. We heard a strange noise, and that's when we saw her. Smoke of darkness, demon of evil, take the form of the living and come forth from the flame. And ever since then, no one's ever dared to go into the swamp.
Like, wow. No wonder this town is deserted.
Yep, Zeb and me are the only ones left. And he's so scared he won't leave his cabin.
I've never heard of such a thing.
What's with Scooby-Doo?
2 hours of fishing, followed by a half hour of swimming.
In there?
Yep.
Hey, why don't we go up to Big Moose Lake? That lake is sweet.
Oh, no, not Big Moose Lake. We can't go up there.
Why not?
Because Big Moose Lake is haunted.
I'm out. Wait a minute. How can a lake be haunted?
Many years ago, there was a camper named Neil Fisher. The other kids picked on him all the time, so he spent most of his days swimming in Big Moose Lake. In fact, he spent so much time in the water, he grew gills and fins. He became the Fishman. And he haunts Big Moose Lake to this day.
Is that true?
Of course not. He just doesn't want us to go to Big Moose Lake.
Guys, we've got a perfectly good lake right here.
But the weirdest part of all was what the late Abigail Gluck whispered.
Like I'll say, a crazy mummified corpse whispering Nibiru is creepy times 10.
It gets creepier. I Googled it and found a lot. Namely this. Nibiru is a planet listed in the writings of Zecharia Sitchin, particularly his book The 12th Planet. According to Sitchin's interpretation of Babylonian religious texts, a giant planet called Nibiru passes by Earth every 3,600 years and allows its sentient inhabitants to interact with humanity. These beings, which Sitchin identified with the Anunnaki of Sumerian myth, would become humanity's first gods. My favorite internet encyclopedia says there's supposed to be a collision. The Nibiru collision is a disastrous encounter between the Earth and a large planetary object. Believers in this doomsday event usually refer to this object as Planet X, or Nibiru.
The doomsday event?
Yes, will you? We could be in trouble if we don't know where we are.
I think we're in trouble already. Look! Yipes! And double yipes! What's that?
Yeah, what?
It's a guy with a lantern, silly.
Excuse me, sir, but
Name's Asa Shanks. What are you doing here?
Pleased to meet you, Mr. Shanks. We're on our way to the Rock Music Festival.
Then you better be on your way quick as possible.
but that's just it, sir. I think we're lost.
Lost? Cool it, Scoob. It'll be okay.
We're looking for Interstate number 5. Can you direct us, please?
Straight ahead till you come to the fork.
And when we come to the fork in the road, which do we take?
Left fork is the long way around, right fork's the short.
Good, then we'll take the right.
Right?
I'd go the long way if I was you.
But you said the right way's the short way.
Also takes you past the Haunted Mansion.
Haunted mansion?
Go?
And the Headless Specter.
Headless?
Go? What do you mean by the Headless Specter?
Yes, who is it?
Ain't no one never met the Headless Specter and lived to tell it.
Well, gang, the mayor was right. Krampus is well known in German folklore as sort of a boogeyman who has a real problem with bad kids.
And he's like crazy ugly.
With a club made of sticks?
Yeah, like what's up with that?
They're called switches, and he used to punish bad children with them back in the old country.
Jeez, the old country was rough.
It says here he usually only appears during the winter months. So this is a bit of an off-season appearance.
Hey, how much is...
15.
Dr. Portillo? He must be teaching a class.
Like what kind of stuff does this dude teach anyway? Oops. Ow!
What are you doing in my office, a personal private space?
Dr. Portillo, it's important that we talk to you. Do you recognize this creature?
Yes. It is que horrifico.
Who's que horrifico?
A mythological creature.
Hey, cool blowgun. What size dart do you use? I prefer a 3 centimeter with combed beaver bristles.
Fred, that's not a blowgun. It's a pan flute.
So, you are saying because I have a pan flute, I am the creature? This pan flute is purely for recreational purposes, I assure you. Oh, how dare you accuse me?
No one's accusing you of anything.
Just want to find out about this thing.
I don't know what's wrong with me. Where are my manners? Yes, of course I can help you. I gave a lecture on Que Horrifico to my honors class a few weeks ago. I'll get the slides. They're in color. The peoples have long told the tale of Que Horrifico. A normal man by day, but every night at sundown, he changes into Que Horrifico. He roams through the villages and plays his song of mystery on a pan flute, turning the children's into terrapagados.
In America, we call it getting spookified.
That's good to know, thank you. The children become his servants of evil. Eventually, he takes them to his spooky town, or cave or something. There's a lot of debate on that, who can say? Well, that's really all I know. Now, if you excuse me, I'm going home to rest. I haven't slept well these last 2 nights.